So talk to me about, God, there's so many. Here we go. Now I got you here. Talk to me about, God. Well, so now you're doing Roundtable, you're doing RBN, you have your show that you do like 4 nights a week, and you have you do the Roundtable shows at RBN. You have your show that you do Friday nights there. You're now doing I'm sorry, I forgot one, the Women's Solidarity panel, the Women of Color panel that you do every Sunday night, every fourth Sunday night. That debuted.
Mhm.
How do you have the time to do all this? When do we sleep?
I think for me, like, so these live streams that I do, they aren't incredibly long, right? So I'm usually live minimum 1 hour, max maybe an hour and a half. So that is time that I used to spend like just watching uh cringeworthy TV shows. So it's like I could take that time that I'm using to watch like TV shows that aren't really like educating me the way that I feel they should, and use it towards something that's more productive. So that was kind of how I looked at that. And so because of that, I do watch less television now. I mainly don't really watch cable anyway, unless I'm watching like sports. But I like the fact that it's cut down my TV watching time,
Mhm.
so I can use my time in a more productive manner. So for me, there's not a lot of prep work I have to do for these shows because I'm talking about things that I am knowledgeable about. If I'm not as knowledgeable about them and I have a guest coming on, they're educating me too. So, and not just people in the audience. And also when it comes to news, this was something someone asked me recently. They were like, how do you do three like news stories like every night that you go live? And I'm like, well, news is all over Twitter,
Mhm.
and you can listen to news. Like if you're in your car, like you can just turn on the news. Like news is all around us. I don't really have to sit down and watch like this long episode from, CNN or MSNBC. So you use the resources that are available to you and are available in a quick, like rapid way. Also, give a shout out to Case Study QB because he does a lot of clips on Twitter, a lot of news clips, which I find to be very helpful. But that's pretty much like my go-to is like social media, Twitter, and then I like to double check things and fact check them before I talk about them on the show. But other than that, I don't have a lot of prep work that I have to do.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, that's really funny. Your story sounds a lot like mine in a way that I was watching a lot of junk TV and sitting on the couch and not being productive. And then again, just kind of got fired up and inspired. Like, we need to fight this whole media narrative and this whole media machine that the corporate narrative is and the propaganda is out of control. And how do we amplify and aggregate all that into one central space? And again, I love that you found a lane to do that. I found a lane. We've all kind of found our lane, and we've built this whole infrastructure. And again, this does come out of the Bernie movement, out of what's next. And again, love that you had that discussion with CJ about that.